There I was, surrounded by the enemy, when all of a sudden, he passes me the bong. What's up, guys? It's Groovy Grass, and I'm coming at you with a little short to medium length one today. Uh, Smoking weed at war reenactments. Or, I mean, like, I've never done other substances. Yes, I've drank alcohol at war reenactments. But, yeah, smoking weed at war reenactments. Uh, Skits as fuck, if you ask me. Seriously. Uh, you know, you might think, oh, you're handling guns or whatever, but like, bro, people drink booze at war reenactments, and I don't know, alcohol and firearms don't mix, but marijuana and firearms are generally pretty safe together, if you ask me. You know, maybe not, speaking from experience, but yeah. So smoking weed at war reenactments, uh, it's generally pretty frowned upon by a lot of people in those spaces, but you'd be surprised. There are a lot of people are okay with it, and a surprising amount even engage in the smoky. So it's pretty cool. It's nice when you got a good group and you can just rip your cart around them. And yeah, I wouldn't personally recommend smoking anything but a cart, or edibles, uh, at a reenactment, because it's just like a courtesy thing, and also, if you're doing like a private closed tactical, like not like a public demonstration, but like a private closed tactical, where you're like fighting, it's you're gonna stink too much, like they're gonna smell you. But if you have a cart, you're not really gonna have shit stick to you, like scent wise. But I mean, obviously, you don't want to get like faded into oblivion. But a good a good high is nice, especially at the end after you've exerted yourself. And cannabis is a proven it's proven to be beneficial after strenuous activities. Muscle relaxant and all that. But I mean, even before you go out, you step off, so to speak. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I remember one reenactment. I was the North Vietnamese forces, and it was the morning, and I'd taken a couple ripskis off the Benjamin, and we stepped off, and we were walking through the brush. I was reenacting as the North Vietnamese side, by the way. The guys that were in the trees attacking the Americans. We were walking through the brush, and it was just so foggy that morning. There was dew on all the plants, and there was really, really thick fog. Like, it was low hanging fog, but like, it was still like 10, 15 feet, like, thick vertically. It was crazy. One of the coolest, most surreal experience. Like, it was completely silent except for our footsteps in the grass. Surreal and crazy. Because this was a private tactical event, right? Like, there was no like spectators. We just were out there for experience of fighting each other. So that was cool. Uh, but yeah, I've been stoned plenty of times at reenactments. As far as I'm concerned, it's a lot better than getting drunk at reenactments. Calms you down, mellows you out, and if you're like me, you're a really mean drunk, and that's just no fucking bueno. Little side story. Uh, so I was this wasn't a reenactment, but I was dressed up in late 1800s clothes with my friend who does that. Uh, we're gonna call this friend Jesse. Jesse. And Jesse is a black powder enthusiast, like black powder firearms, and he so we were out there, dressed as cowboys, shooting blanks and shit. shooting blanks. No, it was black powder firearm blanks, like no actual bullet, just like the black powder and stuff. And we were both high, both ripping carts and stuff, smoking J's, and one of the scariest things that ever happened to me in my life happened. It chain fired. And if you don't know what a chain fire is, that's when when a black powder firearm, when you pull the trigger, that sets off the hammer, to ignite the round. And this really only happens with revolvers, by the way. Well, only happens with revolvers because there's more than one bullet. Usually black powder rifles, you just load in one shot at a time. With revolvers, there's 6. So basically, it just goes off, and there's a chain reaction where all 6 rounds potentially can go off at once, and that happened. And thank fuck they were blanks, because that was scary. It immediately sobered me up. But luckily, nothing like that's ever happened in any actual proper reenactment where I've been just absolutely frizzle fried out of my mind. So that's cool. I am going to continue smoking marijuana at reenactments for the foreseeable future. Carts and such. Yeah, it's fucking sick. See you when I'm looking at you. Peace.